Good morning everyone. Today we are going to see the comparison of ring and rotor yarn with respect to the yarn characteristics as well as the yarn structure. Okay. So this document has been shared in the Google Classroom. You can go through it. Okay. So we will start with the comparison of only ring and rotor. Later we will come back with the friction and air vortex. While comparing the delivery speed, so the delivery speed, you can say the rotor is around 5 times higher compared to the ring. So ring there is a very low delivery speed because of the constraint in the traveler speed, which is maximum up to 40 to 45 meters per second. But in the case of rotor, the travel speed or delivery rate, you can go up to 200 meters per minute because the twisting and winding is separated from the count range. So it is very versatile ring, you can go up to 200. So rotor is for coarser to medium counts up to 40, but here practically you can go up to 30 MU only. So these are the applications of ring as well as the rotor yarn. So coming to the yarn structure, the first one is a twist flow. How the twist is flowing in the yarn. In the case of a ring, the twist is flowing from outer to inner. So in the spinning triangle, the twist is flowing from outside of the yarn to the inside of the yarn, sheath to core. But it is opposite in the case of rotor. The twist is flowing from inside to outside, that is core to sheath. So that is the very significant difference between the ring and rotor. The twist flow is from inner to outside in the case of a rotor. So when you are seeing the rotor yarn cross section, so because of this inner to outside, the core of the yarn will have more twist compared to the sheath of the yarn. So the sheath fibers are very mobile because of very less twist in the rotor yarn. The core fibers are having very high twist because the twist is more at inside compared to the outside fibers. Coming to the twist structure, so it is a homogeneous with cylindrical helix structure. The homogeneous means the twist is uniform from core to the sheath. But in the case of rotor, we called as bipartite structure. Bipartite means two different structures. So core is having high twist and the sheath is having very low twist. So that is what we call bipartite yarn structure. Coming to the fiber migration, we have seen yesterday fiber migration, packing density and fiber extent. So these three parameters will cover the yarn structure. So first one is the fiber migration, how well the fibers will move inside the yarn during the yarn formation. So the ring yarn have a well defined fiber migration because of the high spinning tension. We have seen two theories of migration. First theory is based upon the geometrical migration, that is because of twisting process that is there in all the spinning systems. Second theory is based upon the variation in tension which causes the fiber migration. The variation in tension is because of spinning tension in the ring spinning. In the case of spinning triangle, you have outer fibers which are having high tension and core fibers which are having low tension. So this tension difference will lead to better fiber migration in the case of ring. But in the case of rotor, the fiber migration is less compared to the ring because only less spinning tension. So because there is a less spinning tension, the fibers are freely accumulated inside the rotor. There will not be any tension on the fibers or there is no control over the fibers. So this leads to less amount of fiber migration. Second comes to the packing density. How closely the fibers are packed inside the yarn. So maximum packing density is 1, but ring is having around 0.6 or 0.65. So only 60% is closely packed. Remaining 40 fibers we have a air gap or void. So rotor still it is low compared to the ring. It is 0.4 to 0.46. As we have already seen, the rotor yarns are very bulkier. compared to the ring yarn for the same count. The rotor yarns are bulkier because you are giving a twist and you are removing it in the case of false twist. When you are giving a twist and you are removing it, the yarn will become bulkier. The yarns are not closely packed together. And further, the migration is poor combined with removal of twist leads to very bulky nature of rotor yarn, so the packing density is less compared to the ring. Coming to the fiber orientation, how well the fibers are oriented, you can see the ring are having a very high fiber orientation because the fibers are under tension. So the parallelism and fiber orientation is good. Rotor is also having good fiber orientation but not up to the ring spinning. Right? So coming to the spinning in coefficient, which is nothing but the fiber extent, what we have seen in the last video. That is the actual fiber length divided by the original fiber length. You can see the ring having 0.8 or 0.85. The fiber extent is very good because the less amount of hooks are there in the ring yarn. But in the case of rotor, you can see little bit on lower side compared to the ring because of less spinning tension, and there is a formation of leading hooks. As the opening roller throws the fiber into the transport tube, there will be some formation of leading hooks. These leading hooks combined with low spinning tension causes less fiber extent or less spinning in coefficient in rotor yarn compared to the ring yarn. Right? So this is the comparison of yarn structure. Fiber migration is poor in rotor because of low spinning tension. Packing density is low in rotor compared to ring because of bulkiness and because of removal of false twist. Fiber orientation is less because of low spinning tension, and fiber extent is also less because of low spinning tension as well as the leading hook formation because of opening. So this is the comparison of yarn structure between ring and rotor. Coming to the yarn characteristics, right? We have listed 7 yarn characteristics. So we will see one by one how it will behave in ring and rotor. So while comparing the tenacity or strength, the ring rotor yarn is only 75 to 85 percentage of ring yarn strength. That is, it is lower around 15 to 20 percentage compared to ring. This lower yarn strength you can justify with 2 or 3 properties. One is poor fiber migration. Migration is poor, so the fibers will not be packed closely, so packing coefficient is less. So fiber migration as well as the packing density is influencing the lower yarn tenacity. Right? So this is the influence of yarn structure on the strength. Other than the yarn structure, the spinning tension. Right? The spinning tension is less in the case of rotor. So the yarn strength is less than the ring yarn. So yarn structure as well as the spinning tension plays a role in the yarn strength. Second one is the elongation. Any idea? So the rotor is having high elongation. Though the strength is less, it provides better elongation property because of the bipartite structure. The core of the ring yarn is having more twist compared to the ring yarn. So when you are applying a load, the higher twist in the core will try to elongate before it breaks. So the rotor yarn normally provides high elongation because of high core twist compared to the ring yarn. Second is the U percentage. U percentage is unevenness, not an evenness. U percentage represents unevenness in the yarn. So here you can say the ring yarn is poor, or I can say rotor yarn is more even compared to the ring yarn. There is less amount of mass variation in rotor compared to the ring. This is mainly due to the back doubling process. As we already know, doubling will improve the evenness. So here we have a back doubling process inside the rotor. So that is purely responsible for better evenness of rotor compared to the ring. Coming to the imperfections, that is thin place, thick place and nets. So the rotor yarn is having less imperfections compared to the ring yarn. That is purely because of individualization of fibers, right? So you have an opening roller which will individualize the fibers, so thick phases, thin phases and nibs are reduced to a greater extent. So this individualization by opening roller leads to less amount of thick, thin and nibs. Coming to the yarn hairiness, the rotor yarn is less hairy compared to the ring. The ring yarns are having high hairiness because of spinning triangle and because of ring and traveler and other components. But here the spinning tension is very less and the fibers are accumulated inside the rotor properly. There is less amount of hairiness. Further, I think you can remember there is a formation of wrapper fibers. These wrapper fibers will cover the protruding fibers in the rotor yarn. So this wrapper fibers is also contributing to the less hairiness in the rotor yarn. Right? So next is the flexural rigidity, or we called stiffness or bending rigidity. The wrapper fibers are playing a negative role here. Because of the wrapper fibers, the rotor yarns are more rigid compared to the ring yarn. So the wrapper fibers are wrapped around the yarn is becoming more stiffer. So the flexural rigidity is higher because of wrapper fibers. Coming to the abrasion and pilling. So these two properties are opposite to each other, right? So abrasion resistance. So abrasion means when you are abrading the yarn, whether between the metal and the yarn will get a damage. So how far it can withstanding that abrasion is called abrasion resistance. So interestingly, the rotor yarn is having a higher abrasion resistance because of the bipartite structure. We have already seen bipartite structure. So core is only having a higher twist, but sheath fibers are having a very less twist. That means the sheath fibers are free, or we called mobile. When you are abrading the yarn, the outer fibers are mobile in nature so that it can distribute the stress or load to the other fibers. So this is responsible for high abrasion resistance. So consider a situation where the outer fibers are also very tightly twisted like a ring yarn. When you are abrading the ring yarn, outer fibers will easily break because there is no mobility in the fibers. But in the case of rotor, the outer fibers are free. When you are abrading, the fibers will try to move outside and distribute the load to the other fibers, so it can withstand more abrasion, right? So the rotor yarns are more abrasion resistant compared to ring. When coming to the pilling, which is opposite of abrasion, hope everybody knows the pilling, which is like a ball formation in the yarn. You can see some fabrics where pills or balls are formed on the outside of the fabric. So this is because of mobility of the fiber. If greater the mobility of the fibers, pilling resistance will be less. So ultimately, the rotor yarn, because of the outer mobility, the pilling resistance is less, but at the same time abrasion resistance is more, right? So this is the basic comparison of yarn characteristics. So from this you can see that only the yarn strength is lesser in rotor, but elongation, evenness, imperfection, hairiness, all other properties are better compared to the ring yarn for the same count. But yarn structure is inferior. When you are comparing with migration, packing density and fiber extent, it is inferior compared to the ring yarn. Right? Hope you have understood. If you have any queries, please write back to me. Thank you.